in this video, we'll go over meteors. And meteors, I'm torn on a lot of them right now. Because on their own, Thunder Crash, Comet, Meteor Shower, and even Molten Impact seem kinda weak. And they really do need items to support them. So, Thunder Crash basically makes meteors super fast. They're not instant, though. So we'll just say super fast. I actually think Thunder Crash should be changed to Lightning Bolt, and it should just be a bolt of lightning that hits instantly. Thunder Crash, we'll look at Comet next. Comet is the cold meteor. Meteor Shower is fire in a cluster. And then Molten Impact is a very big hit that goes on cooldown afterwards. And now we gotta wait for the cooldown. Molten Impact, Comet, and Thunder Crash, I think, are all really underdamaged. Especially Molten Impact. Molten Impact should be the, like, the over-the-top damage meteor, especially with a 15-second cooldown. Now, the last meteor I'm saving, which anyone who's been watching videos on this channel will know, is my main build right now, and is so fun. Star Pack, you consume all your arcane power to drop an absolutely devastating meteor. It works great with, say, Arcane Dynamo. It works great with, say, oh, a Pygmy, are you kidding me? A Gob. God damn it. Goblins are actually really hard to do with this build because they move. They are obnoxious in how fast they move. I don't actually think I'm gonna get him. Oh no. No, I might get him. I might get him here. Get him! Yes, I got him. So, goblins. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, so this meteor build might have to go on hold now. And I will say, enemies that move... Oh, crap! Enemies that move like those guys are the bane of your meteors. No matter what version you're using, except maybe Meteor Shower. Guys that move are a pain. Royal pain. Meteor has two legendaries. They're both stabs. They're both stabs. I will switch them out in a second. No! Oh, I didn't know. Oh, good, it's still there. I will switch them out in a second. We are gonna go into that portal and make a video of it immediately. But I want these guys dead. I want them dead. So we're gonna probably have to put an edit in here because I want to actually get to the stabs, and I'll probably have to cover them when I get back from the portal. So I was rudely interrupted by a goblin giving me the vault. And then by having to get sustenance for myself. So we are going to real quick wrap up this video with some closing thoughts on Meteor in general. And talking about the last two, the two legendaries associated to the skill. Grand Vizier increases the damage by 20 to 30%, I believe it is. 25 to 30%. And also reduces the arcane power cost by 40 to 50%. Grand Vizier is really awesome for the spammable meteors. For Thunder Crash, Comet, and Meteor Shower, this ability is just really great. Like, because you will be able to spam... Vault door still there. You'll be able to spam these meteors like crazy and just absolutely melt whatever you're looking at. I mean, not built for fire, and it's just throwing... Wait, did I equip... I equipped Smoldering Core, my mistake. You will absolutely be able to launch a crazy number of meteors that are really strong with Grand Vizier. And it is just ridiculous what you get out of Grand Vizier's spamming abilities. For Star Pact, Grand Vizier is a big damage increase to your Meteor, but I would only use it if I weren't using Arcane Dynamo, oddly enough. So we're going to make a very quick switch to Thunder Crash. Part of me wants to say Snow Crash, part of me wants to say Thunderball. So, with Grand Vizier, I mean, I'm just throwing these things out like crazy. And the same goes for Comet, because Grand Vizier, it just applies to all three of these, that you can just drop them like crazy. It's not even putting a dent in my arcane power. Now, Smoldering Core, the other legendary associated to Meteor, I would also say more works for the spammable versions, but it could potentially work for any of them. I don't think it's going to work on that guy. Nope. So, no, he doesn't want to. They don't want to walk into it. So we're going to have to find a normal guy. Hopefully that zombie won't be chasing me, but probably will be. So when you throw out, as you can see, the enemies get the little charmed sign above their head, and this basically turns Meteor into a taunt and a snare. And again, the spammable Meteors, this is a lot more effective for them because you can actually pin enemies into the Meteor spot. And they'll just stay there. The problem is it doesn't work on elites. So that is the biggest problem with Smoldering Core. It is, however, still a solid choice as a weapon for using Meteor. Now, my closing thoughts on Meteor are this. I actually think the ability itself is a little on the weak side. Even though Grand Vizier does make Meteor really good, I think the ability should just, the standard damage should be about 100 to 200% more. Like, I'd almost say a flat 1,000 just because of the, like, if we look at Comet, it takes like a second and a half to get here. Maybe a second to get here. It's got this delay to it, and it's a big arcane power cost. 40 is not a low cost by any means. And while there are items that make Meteor sing, I think that the ability itself should just get a tiny buff. Like, not something huge, but tiny, like a tiny buff to make it just feel a little more competitive on its own. But like, Star Pact is awesome. I love Star Pact, and Molten Impact needs a bigger damage boost in my opinion. Meteor Shower is actually in a good spot. Now, I will note something about Molten Impact and Meteor Shower. If you're playing a Fire Wizard with Firebirds, Meteor Shower, especially with Grand Vizier, and you could watch my Fire Build video, self-promotion, you could watch my Firebirds, Fire Build, Meteor Shower, Blizzard, whatever video, and you can see that Meteor Shower is actually really great to spam on enemies. And it's a very devastating ability when combined with Grand Vizier. Molten Impact, though, is also good with that, because Molten Impact, it gets you closer to that 3,000% faster, but Molten Impact has the cooldown, and I think if you're gearing a lot of cooldown reduction, Molten Impact would be, I mean, I know it's absolutely fantastic with Firebirds, because it's absolutely fantastic with Firebirds. I mean, that I would assume if I went to the leaderboards right now and flipped through all the top builds, you would eventually see one of these two in them. Probably before you got to double digits even. So, that's Meteor. It's a great ability, and I love it, even though I think the default Meteor does need a bit of a boost. So, that's that. Oh, and I would also point out, there's another legendary. It's a set related to meteors. Before I go, tell Rasha whenever you damage enemies with Arcane Cold or Lightning, Arcane Cold Fire or Lightning, cause a meteor of the same damage type to fall from the sky. I've been using Talrashas this whole time. And I will note, the Talrasha Arcane Meteor gets a damage bonus based on how full your arcane power is. So if we come back down to the Cathedral level 2, and we come back over to these enemies, if I smack them with that, you can see I get a freebie meteor. The cold meteor that's popping out is not actually from me. Your follower, their weapon damage type, their damage types will actually influence the meteors you get. And that goes for... The Enchantress fires that little arcane missile out, and that will cause your arcane meteors to drop. I have him with an Azure Wrath, that causes my cold meteors to drop. I don't actually think I can test this right now, actually. If this is going to be very weak on my part, but... I don't actually think I'll get cold meteors out of this, because I'm not technically... No, I'm not dealing cold damage with the actual attack. If you look, I'm only going to get arcane meteors attack roughly every 8 seconds, and they're going to be pretty potent meteors, though. The lightsaber sound effect on that portal. So we're going to give him that back, and we're going to give me that back. Okay, so that's meteors. Very potent ability, very fun ability. Definitely got a great boost in 2.1, at least Starpack did. But I think these all need a damage boost. Even, like, just the default meteor, it should be, like, maybe 940? I think that's an agreeable amount. You could probably do, like, 270 as its damage over time, or even 300, but, that'll definitely make up for the cost and the wait for the meteor to come down. But, all in all, rather stocked. And it's a great little ability. If you want to see a Star Pack build, again, I'm going to self-promote here. I do have a video dedicated to a Star Pack build, and the Fire build, of course, is using Meteor Shower with Grand Vizier. And you can go and view those on the channel, if you don't mind me self-promoting myself. Also, the video for this will be up probably before this actual video. And that's a really fun addition to the game. So, I'd like to thank everyone for watching this Meteor video, and I'll see you guys next time.